Now, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union has declared that it will only suspend its planned sit-down strike if the government resumes repair works on the severely damaged Pokuase-Nsawam Road. The Pokuase-Nsawam Road, especially the Amasaman-Medi section, was blocked for more than 15 hours from Thursday evening until late Friday, leaving thousands of commuters, long-distance travelers and heavy-duty trucks stranded in a massive road congestion. Vehicles traveling between Accra and the northern region, as well as neighboring Sahelian countries, were stuck in the standstill, unable to move for the entire period. Many local passengers heading towards the Medi stretch were forced to walk from the satellite area or turn to commercial motorbikes, that is Okada, to reach their destination. The Pokuase-Nsawam section of the N6 is a major arterial road serving communities in the Ga West Municipality Assembly, including Pokuase, Amasaman, Medi and Sapiman. It is also a vital international trade link between Ghana and its landlocked neighbors such as Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, serving as a key route to transit cargo from Ghana's ports. The disruption occurred just hours after commercial transport operators issued a one-week ultimatum to the Ministry of Roads and Highways to repair the deteriorating Pokuase-Nsawam Road or face a mass protest that could ground vehicles. My colleague Kudanso is joining us from that stretch. Let's see if you can hear us. What do you have for us? What is the report on the ground?
Road, and this is the stretch that somewhere last week the GPRTU and other stakeholders mentioned that if nothing was done about this particular stretch, they are going to block the road because, according to them, this road has become immotorable and is causing a lot of damage to vehicles that actually ply this route. So on my way here with the team, we stopped by Macedonia, and you would see that from Macedonia all the way from this place where we are, Sansam Junction, to Satellite, continuing to Mid-Year and Nsawam, it's a very, very bad stretch here. And the drivers have been complaining to us, telling us how bad this stretch has been. I inquired from some of the persons who use this road about, when last the contractors of this stretch were here. And I've been told that it's been almost about 4 months since they have been here, and it is only until this ultimatum was given that they are back on here. So on our way also, we saw some of the works ongoing. So you'd see there the Maripoma Enterprise Limited, they are working on the roads on the stretch right now after that particular ultimatum was given by the GPRTU and its stakeholders. So you see that work is ongoing. I've seen a number of trucks going on this particular stretch, trying to make the road at least motorable for the drivers. Of course, on the other side, you would see that there are persons who sell on the sides, but this has become very difficult for them due to the deplorable nature of the road. Many of them have had to close down their shops because when the rains are not down, it's sunny, and their stores are being damaged by the dust that keeps coming in, and when it rains it becomes worse off. You see a number of vehicles that have also been spotted on this particular stretch. You see that one there, that truck, they're loaded, and it has not been a good one for the drivers and motorists of this particular stretch. So I'm going to try and engage some of them to speak to them about how this stretch, has been over the past few months that has the contractors have not been on site. Remember that about 300 million cedis is what is needed for this particular stretch, and we understand that the Roads and Highways Minister Gavin Kwame Agboja has confirmed that the contractors have been paid. Therefore, they are back on site to do the work. Let me engage some of the people here. This lady, Mami Mahawa Metro TV, so by ya konopa, I mean, you come first. Me pato ekwai your friend say na ekwai what dream I found say I'm for can't say ekwai ne.
Ekwai dia brapa. And then say me sorry 2 o'clock. Me do Pokuase na ko about 4. And no me fruka ha ko si Pokuase ansa me ko peka foforo. As I ko Pokuase. Ye bro kan so. Munye bibi mfa ma ya why.
And yeah, but you say contractors now by around. I'm for say be 4 months. You won't see how they no cray.
Me to me say 4 months. I'm back to me say 4 months.
Now what no affected with business no.
No crepa affect ya pa. Ye na ya wa ha. Just say bre ya manage keke. Say na first ye ton
shop owners who are on this particular stretch. Let me move here and speak to this lady also. But of course, this is a very, very busy stretch where you have a lot of vehicles coming in.
I speak to this lady also. But of course, this is a very, very busy stretch where you have a lot of vehicles coming in to other places, going to the eastern region, the Ashanti region, and parts of the north. In this particular country. Let me engage this lady here. Mami, Mahawa Metro Tips, you're from say?
Yeah, from Amina Mustafa.
Amina, Equine you.
Yeah, quite in the brepa. Into the Abecan say, best paying you for so must start your muye, mom and dad. A month to us no moon, my every say, see a quack cry a bread, yet see a quack cram by a fakawa, could see Pokuase, and Sunday I saw to us wako. Am I a bread or lorry fit to Yanketing? So every say, or some dear 5 cities, boy, and I'm quining, so my double for a fair no. I'm to me, 10 cities, 20 cities. Yeah, bread into your shrimp and you for pa, no motion, no mon my pa.
It's all call Accra, better men so fear, and ready to send a Udu or kind of so.
Men Canada is your quack, so around matching. So once around match a unyaka. What's around matching Pubejina quite way one, unya straight card, Opia Bedia dance or their making. I just offer a short, Ufa could see Amasama na Pokuase, and see a bread. I must get you no swados until you're shrimping you for pa, motion on your quine in my.
I mean, that's a Sonia doing come so. I mean, as a trader here, she is complaining about the amount that is being charged for fares now because of the poor nature of the road. The rains are coming down right now, and it's going to make it quite difficult for us to get into the road and speak to a number of people. Let's just try and see if we can get some drivers and, of course, the contractors on site to speak to them about what we should be expecting. Are they back on site for good, or this is just something that they are doing just for today? Let me speak to some of the gentlemen here, the Okada riders, and engage them on this particular situation here on this stretch, the Nsawam stretch. Basu, your friend say? Isaac, I can't know say oh yani day. Soon your crowd.
Soon your crowd. Mombasha no yamaya yesra mo.
What say no tino say mo charge more than their canena can mo charge no.
Say say no dey nsu ni yan nti wo fa nipa ba kwa nipa no den ba kona no ho nyina say obekasa sa nti e dey ese wo so wo ye dey dey obesa kasa woni nti scan na wo beje no wo charge no obetumi a na wo de ne ko wontumi a na we ja no.
Yeah, that's Ibebre. So that's what he says, that due to the poor nature of the road, they've had to increase the fare. And so this particular stretch goes towards Accra, and then there is the other stretch. So this is supposed to be a 4-lane stretch where you have the 2 outer lanes and 2 inner lanes. But of course, we are being told by the contractors that some of the drivers are very stubborn and they have made their work difficult for them. So I'm going to try and engage them and speak to them on the nature of the road, and they're coming back on site. What is so far the percentage in terms of work that has been done on this particular stretch? So I'm going to engage him in a bit from the Maripoma Enterprises Limited and speak to them about how work has been so far. But standing here, you see that the trucks are on here, the Caterpillar, they are also on here working and making sure that they're smoothing up the road a little bit for drivers and all users of the road to find it more trouble as they go by their day-to-day activity. So there you have it. The contractors from Maripoma are working on this particular stretch, the Pokuase-Nsawam Road project. And let me speak to this gentleman here also. I see an ambulance coming, and I want to find out or see how they are meandering their way through this particular stretch. I could see that they have their sound on there, But just look at how difficult it is. If there is an emergency and you're on this particular stretch, I bet you would really be in a very tight corner with what your life would definitely be in danger. So you see that's going. I see that there are some attendants in that particular ambulance. Oh my God. And just look at how slow it is moving because of the nature of the road. And this is just sad here. This is very, very sad. I have been using this road for quite a while, and I know how difficult it is. Sometimes you would have to spend about 2 hours, about 3 hours, just from the stretch from Nsawam to Ofankor, and it is very, very difficult for drivers and all motorists on this particular stretch. And we'll also try and speak to the MP for the area to find out, how work is going, what has been the commitment so far with respect to the contractors on site now. There's this gentleman from the contractors. Let me speak to him. Chairman, Metro TV, so you're from say?
You're from Maji.
Maji, now you're Mel, said the
Juma Mel, assistant surveyor.
Assistant surveyor?
Yes, sir.
And then Jumedi Amabasa Mube, what to say for a while, no? I said I'm by, but Sessiano, the Ayansa Moyano, then I'm Moya Afaquano.
Oh, a Jumanani, I shall say, and a Jumanani, a Gusian, for now, the Yabai, the breaking behind baby, I be breaking, ye Jumanis continuously. Tina, whom machines be a Jumanano, I shall say, yen breaking coffee, be Abi. And one I did Jumantino, Obianca come out to the a Jumani, the ending of this year, next year, that it be a tour, I'm who. Abane Juma or your mining.
A bit Musaka say, on Crawford back about a driver phone with Subai, say a quiny baby moya, or more faho, no mark of anti, says baby agent, outer lane back or while Matisse, a whole ayaka now. So, what to say a driver phone, faha. This particular middle lane, no, a B or a B bano. I don't know, money would do home come saying some better as I say, and some of Faha, some of Faha.
Oh, I'd rather for the Nukreni will have you or Quano pa. Yet the safety of Juma to places, yet the nipper general say, baby, and says a camp fan and it's a camp foul. But over money direction, on no few, over your house, so baby, I'll hear Jumano on one or better offer. I'd rather see the Yamin will have dream pa bay. Workers in Yan na yan to Boasiama, or high, but Jumani de Gusu. Okay. All right, so Majid there speaking to us, he is an assistant surveyor with the contractors or the project managers, that is Mel, and he says that some of the drivers have not been listening to the safety or what they have been telling in terms of where not to pass and where to pass, because as I mentioned, this is a 4-lane stretch and some of the places are okay, just okay, but the drivers also want to find better places that they want to use on this particular stretch. So it's a very work is progressing right now, but of course I was on a motorbike from Macedonia to this particular place, which is Nsawam Junction, and it had to take a lot of effort by my rider to make sure that we got here without falling, because the sand on the stretch and coupled with the fact that the rains are down, it's making it very, very difficult. And so it's been a very, very tough one here. Of course, I had my cameraman with me to make sure that we are not going to fall, but that is the situation on this particular stretch. As I mentioned, we're waiting to speak for the MP or speak with the MP for Amasaman on what has been done on this particular stretch so far. So, Harriet, we'll get back to you in studio as the rains are coming down, and we'll find somewhere. And definitely when the MP arrives, we'll come back to you and tell you more about what is happening on the Ofankor and Nsawam stretch here.